in that half, like Eze, first half.
Eze was superb, man.
Yeah, man, superb. A lot of techers in that first. So he weren't putting them away though.
Yeah.
But he was creating opportunities, chances, and and all that. So. Yeah, man. And how did you feel about that?
I was really happy. I was happy that the thing I was saying when Odegaard's not playing, I always want to see Eze in a team. I'm glad that was finally answered this game because it's just someone that keeps the rhythm going of the team. Do you know what I mean? He makes things tick and he just was, I think he was superb in that first half, and then he had a couple touches in the second half. Seemed like he got a bit tired, but he was still like the way he can turn and wriggle out of troubles, just superb. And I think Eze,
great addition.
Yeah, fantastic. Like he's one of the standout additions to this team for sure.
Hello, and we're back for another episode. Minichats, a lot of football to get to this weekend. How have you been, bro?
I've been good, man. Just got back from the game. Tire race is on. I loved it, man.
Yeah, it's on for sure. Yeah, we recorded on a Sunday just after Arsenal versus Newcastle. Arsenal 2, Newcastle 1 at Newcastle's home as well. Big one. Let's start with how you felt about this one. Let's start with your fresh emotions.
Man, it's fresh. I can't lie, adrenaline's still pumping. Great game to watch. So let's start with the start of the game, right? Emotions when I see the lineup.
Yeah, lineup, always.
Oh, do you know what? When I seen Saliba not starting, Mosquera in, I was a bit like, I don't know about that. Like, St. James's Park Newcastle basically been our bogey team for the last few years.
Yeah.
St. James's Park is like a really difficult fixture for us. So, to put a new signing in there, especially when, last week, the back line was a different back line. I was a bit cautious of that. And I think, I wouldn't say Mosquera struggled, but I think it was too early to put him in a game like that. I think we could have just started with Saliba. But I have seen that apparently Arteta was just cautious about Saliba, who was close to having a knock. So it makes sense in hindsight. But, that was just my initial reaction. It was like, shit, I would rather Saliba started. Trossard, I really like Trossard. He scored midweek.
Yeah.
So I guess he just wants to keep the form going. But like I said, in a big game against Champions League opposition, away from home, I'm just not sure about Trossard starting in these games in 2025 to 26. So I think
because you kind of got the 11 you want, like apart from Trossard, barring Trossard, Gyökeres, Trossard, Saka. And then Eze was behind, like, in the middle at 10.
But that's a big part of it. When you say Byron Trossard.
True.
But Byron Trossard is like...
You're right. Yeah.
It's a huge part. Like, the whole thing is I want to see, like... I would have liked to see Odegaard in the lineup today. Okay. But, he's obviously coming back from injury, so I understand it. But, listen, like, at the end of the day, Trossard was the guy he went with, and... I think Trossard was actually alright. He hit the post. Yeah. A couple of nice little cute passes as well. And so, initial reaction was like, I'm not sure about this lineup. But then as the game gets going, it's just like, do you know what? Let's get into it. Let's get the win, really.
Yeah. And unlucky to Newcastle. Even in the Liverpool game, they've been unlucky this season, And... because the first one shocked me, because Gabriel, I was shocked by that.
We'll start with a penalty though.
Yeah, let's start with a penalty.
Yeah. Okay, is that a pen? Is that a pen? That's a pen.
To me, it's not a pen, it's soft. If it's a pen, it's soft. And I know you're trying to say the Chelsea scenario last week, that makes that a pen, but they're both soft. They've both kind of... looked for. It's clear they're looking for a penalty. It's clear there's not that much contact, but they're both.
He would have scored.
there's not that much contact, but they're both like going to ground featherweight, and it's just like it's a weird thing. Go for goal, like
that's what I'm saying though. Like when the opportunity is so clear, why would you dive? Like clearly he's been impeded or he's been put.
No, because it's a weird thing. Some players do that because they think it's a surer way of getting the chance. Maybe if there's a mistouch, maybe it's a confidence thing. I don't know, but to me, that was a very soft. That would have been a very soft penalty to give. To be honest, like that's how I feel.
For me, I kind of agree. Like I'm not too mad at the ref, but if last week you're given a pen for in the Man U game, you're sending Sanchez off because he's touched the ball. Though remember last week he got a nick on the ball. It's literally the same foul. Like the player touches it round him. He gets a touch on the ball, but takes the player out as well. He got a red card, and they got a pen for it. I think a pen or free kick. Say consistency, like that's all we're asking for is consistency, and like these refs need to get with it, like it like because we're not going through another season. We're not going through another season what we went through last season, where it's just shocking decision making. Don't forget like the Lewis Skelly.
But we had a ref situation. Liverpool had a ref situation.
But you get a lot of favourable calls though. A lot of favourable. You ain't had like when Skelly got sent off for a professional foul last season at Wolves Stadium. That was like okay, this is. Come on,
yeah.
Like, that's like we can't have another one of those seasons. Like refs, just stay consistent, get it right.
Because I agree with you. I agree. I think the refs have had a shambles so far. In the beginning of the season, there's been so many bad. The first 5, I think we've just done 5 now, Premier League or 6. Everyone's done 6 PL games. We just passed match week 6.
Yeah, I think West Ham tomorrow.
So you can say the first quarter is more or less done, something like that. Not first quarter, but we're close. And with that, it's been poor, the referee, and it's been really bad, I think. Like with the VARs and stuff, I haven't rated it at all.
No.
But I think that would have been soft to give as a penalty. Like, that to me was the right decision. I think the ref didn't do bad this game.
Yeah, but he was... Everything they claimed, everything they protested, everything got checked. And then with us, some things were just waved away. It was just like, what? Like, you didn't even check for the penalty, like, claim. When Trossard gets pushed in the box.
There was a lot of quick checks in this game. There was a lot of quick ones. So, like, it feels like they didn't check, but the VAR was over before...
A lot of time was stopped on protesting now. Hence, they added time, 8 minutes. All that came from them lot.
Yeah, yeah.
And the thing is, that I hate, because I like Newcastle, so I don't like speaking, but come on, Joe Linton's a thug, mate. He is an absolute animal, man. He's got to start playing football again and stop treating us like WWE, bruv. Like,
But yeah, so obviously we get the first goal from Newcastle.
Yeah.
And so Mosquera, let's be honest, he makes a mistake, poor pass.
Yeah.
Gives it away for a corner. You never know with these situations, but the corner comes, and with the corner, we get a goal from Newcastle. Volta made poor by Gabriel, to be honest, because he claims he was pushed slightly by Volta made. To me, that weren't the case. Like, it was, if he was pushed, it was very soft. He went down with barely any contact. And that was shocking to see for me. He's probably like the best at headers in the world, bro. So like, that was shocking to see for me. But yeah, man, Newcastle went 1-0 up. Tried to hold on. What did you think with the whole corner situation, the Mosquera like pass mistake?
Yeah, like obviously it's sloppy from Mosquera, but it is what it is type of thing. And then I agree. I actually thought it was Mosquera that
was marking.
Yeah, that got that went down on their goal. So in there, I was like pretty disappointed. It was like but then. For me, it was a mismatch anyway. Like, that Voldemort is like, what, 6'6" or something? Like, I would have rather the Twin Towers played at the back, the Gabriel Saliba pairing. But then, like, it's only, like, after seeing a replay that I've seen, it's actually Gabriel that goes down, and that surprises me a lot. Like, it's quite disappointing. I need to see, like, some more angles to make sure he wasn't pushed, or if he's just trying to be clever. But just contest it, man. You're like you said, you're the best in the air and in the world at this moment in time. Like, just contest it. So yeah, but the guy's a giant, man. So he's gonna score headers in this league. Yeah. Not much you can really do about that.
And
but yeah,
in that half, like Eze, first half.
Eze was superb, man.
Yeah, man,
superb.
a lot of techers in that first. So he weren't putting them away though.
Yeah.
But he was creating
A lot.
opportunities, chances, and and all that. So, yeah, man. And how did you feel about that?
I was really happy. I was happy that the thing I was saying when Odegaard's not playing, I always want to see Eze in a team. I'm glad that was finally answered this game because it's just someone that keeps the rhythm going of the team. Do you know what I mean? He makes things tick, and like he just was. I think he was superb in that first half, and then he had a couple touches in the second half. Seemed like he got a bit tired, but he was still like the way he can turn and wriggle out of troubles, just superb. And I think as a
great addition.
Yeah, fantastic. Like he's one of the standout additions to this team for sure. So yeah, I was happy with that. Saka. So obviously Saka's still dealing with the 2v1 situations on every possession. Yeah. So it's about how much space he allows other people in the team, and I think Eze benefited a lot from that because Eze was playing in quite close proximity to him. Yeah. So every time Saka was doubled up on, it opened space for Eze, and I think Eze was able to do his stuff. So yeah, man. Like first half, I'm like obviously I'm not happy.
First half,
I'm not happy because we're 1-0 down, and it's like I really wanted a goal before half time because I felt if we go all the way with these, like St James's Park will just get more and more difficult, and I was worried we might shrink. But
almost happened. But Arsenal, they stuck in it. They stuck in it throughout the whole game. You even thought maybe they'll just get the draw. I can't lie, that's what I was so hoping and thinking. Hopefully they'll just get the draw. They can't win this. They'll get the draw. But them winning has now it's like when you're playing the PlayStation and the back is up. Then you go, don't winning it, baby. It's okay, alright, it's on.
Yeah. Because you know what?
Yeah.
At the 85th minute, I'm even saying to the people up there, do you know what? A draw is the best we're gonna have to hope for right now, and at least we've climbed up on Liverpool. Even though we've not capitalised, we've climbed a bit. I just hate when the table stays as it is when we've got an opportunity. So at least we've climbed. So at that point, I was like, do you know what? St James's Park, difficult ground for us. They're our bogey team. Newcastle, a top team anyway. We'll take a draw. But yeah, I guess we'll get into how it ended out. So.
Yeah, man, we'll get into that. So half time, Mosquera off for Saliba. And that's Arteta is one of those managers as well. He has got a little bit of that in him where he'll just boom, mistake. I don't like that. You made a mistake.
Yeah.
It's not over for you, obviously, but sit this one out for the next half. And yeah, man. How did you feel about that? Yeah, I'm guessing you're glad about it.
Yeah, I mean, I was I like Mosquera, to be fair. I think he's been a good signing, but I was obviously glad to see Saliba on it. It gives just me a bit more confidence, and it makes us feel a bit more relaxed because he is our starting centre back. Yeah. So yeah, happy with that. And
we get into the second half. Some subs they're defending, innit? For the most part, they're defending and trying to kill you on the counter. Yeah. I don't know why they didn't start Elanga.
Yeah, I was worried about him.
Yeah, because that Murphy chance, so there was that one chance, Murphy's on the counter, and he runs in behind, takes 2 touches, the third touch should have been the shot. It should have been the shot. But confidence, I forgot who it was who actually came and defended. I think it was Saliba.
Saliba.
Yeah, I think it was Saliba who actually ended up interfering. If that was Elanga, 2-0, huh? Yeah.
It's either that one or
no, it was Rice. It was Rice. If that was Elanga, 2-0.
Yeah.
2-0, game done. Yeah. And after that chance, right after he subs on Elanga, but I'm like, but you didn't see. That opportunity was why you subbed him on, and you wish he had it, but he didn't, and the opportunity's gone now, and you can't recapture lightning and put it back. You missed that chance, man. If that was Elanga, that's why he was brought for that. You're getting peppered by champion contenders, counter attack. Some games we just need that pace, pop it up in behind and release him, and that was unlucky. Yeah, obviously I was very Newcastle.
That sequence.
You remember that chance?
Yeah. That sequence is important though, because this is what I was saying about Hughes and Rice now.
Yeah.
Like, I think now Rice, because Rice is so, when it comes to defending, I think Rice is elite.
Yeah.
When it comes to defending, ball winning, defending, ball winning, recoveries and all that, Rice is superb.
Yeah.
And I think now, you know, don't get me wrong, Rice has put up some great moments for us in terms of arriving in the box, scoring goals, the set piece and stuff. But I do think we were overplaying his role a bit higher than his talent level.
Yeah.
And when I say, what I mean by that is, like, treating him like Gerrard, and he's not really Gerrard. Like, he has some moments, like, he's above Henderson in talent, Jordan Henderson, but he's not the Gerrards in them. So, like, he's somewhere in the middle. So it's like, you still have to use him. Like, he still needs to kind of be a superb role player, rather than, you know, becoming like this sort of superstar free role type. Like, and don't get me wrong, he wasn't necessarily, it was still a box to box thing, but like, when you've got Eze in front of you, now you can just more focus on defending. Like, give the ball to Eze and make things happen. Last season, he was lost, like, when he was receiving between the lines. Like, he's lost in those moments. You wanted the Ezes and stuff receiving in those areas. So I think today was a superb performance from Rice, and we used him more like how I want to see him used. Where Zubamendi's on the ball more. Eze's on the ball more. And Rice, you're just focused on ball winning. And obviously, you have your moments. You got the assist still. But ultimately, that's not your main game. Do you know what I mean? Superb from Rice, defensively, absolutely superb.
No, exactly. Like, him stopping that chance was key in the game, and like a key moment that you can always refer back to. And then obviously Arsenal get the equaliser. Like, and once they get that equaliser, how did you feel? The corner,
mate, limbs. Like, doing another spot, limbs, man. Like, obviously, that goal was huge because and do you know what? When we see added time go up and we see it's 8 minutes, that goal comes quite early. In fact, it might have come before added.
Was before. I think it was
before they announced added time. Right, exactly. So it comes so early.
Who scored the equaliser again?
Marino.
So
at that point, it's like, because the way the game was going, it was like, do you know what? We're gonna have to settle for a draw, and then equaliser would have us going crazy. But when Marino scores, it's like, oh, we've got another 10 minutes of this game.
And I remember listening. Gary Neville, he said when he was commentating, he was like, so they've got the goal. The mark of championship contenders is if it's not done. There's still that thing if they go in. I remember him saying that. And I was like, it's on. They probably won't, but it's on.
Yeah, he was spot on.
You know, he did say that. And
because that's how we're feeling. Like, it was like, oh, we need another. We've got about 10 minutes to get this one. We were like, the momentum was with us, and man, like, so when Marino scores, I'm just delighted, because it's like relief when you're like dominating and you're peppering the opposition and you're chasing and chasing. When you finally get that moment, because it feels like it will never come, it's just so relieving. And Marino had us going crazy. And shout out to Marino, man, because like I said in the last step, even though obviously, like everyone, most people, I'm not a fan of him starting in the midfield, I do feel like I'm the only one that still gives him one of the few that still gives him his just dues in terms of he's an important player in the squad. Like, some gooners are like on selling him, and it's like, Marino's clutch. Marino's come up with some big moments now. So like, I love having him in the squad. And like, another one of those big goals. He's so good in the air, so good in the box.
And that was after so many tactical changes by Arteta. Like he showed up Gyökeres to me, because Odegaard comes on. It was weird because all the defenders came off. Like, a left back came off, but two attackers came on, Marino and Odegaard. And then Calafiori and someone else, I forgot, came off. So I believe Marino was kind of put behind a striker, whilst Rice was partnering with Odegaard a little bit deeper. I think.
Rice and Odegaard. I think Marino's kind of in that three. And then Eze.
Eze might have moved. Like, Trossard was still under, I think.
Yeah.
He came
So,
off later.
who did Trossard came off for? Skelly, was
Skelly,
it? Yeah. So at that point, we just went through at the back, and it was just all over the place. To be fair, but
yeah, just throwing the kitchen sink type move.
yeah.
But for Marino because Gyökeres was trying, but he can't get it over the line. Like, to me, like, we can talk about Wirtz and that. Like, and don't get it twisted, Wirtz has flopped a bit harder. Gyökeres has got goals.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, I don't know if he's going to be that guy, to be honest, this season. Marino ended up, coming in clutch with the header. And I'm thinking that it's Arsenal, they're going to draw. Like, hopefully they're going to draw. It's still peak, because they gain points on us.
Yeah.
But Newcastle, you have to hold on. And when I'll tell you when I actually lost a bit of hope. There was one point the camera panned to Eddie Howe and he's bending down, like he needs them to hold on. And at that moment, I was like, damn, like I kind of felt like they're not gonna do it, because he's so like desperate in this moment. And I understand why, because they haven't had a great start, Newcastle.
Yeah.
And I knew that, no, they're not going to hold on, bro. They're not going to be able to do it. Like, they're Arsenal going to throw the kitchen sink at them.
Yeah.
And just like we did, they're going to crumble at the end. And, man, how do you feel when that corner, the Odegaard and Gabriel?
Huge.
Yeah.
Man, that's real.
That was a redeemer, though. Yeah. That was a redeemer move by Gabriel, but it was a big...
That was the realness.
Yeah.
So, like...
So good in the air, man.
The people that are around me, at the game, I was saying for time, I think this is a game for Odegaard to make a difference. Yeah. And someone's arguing me constantly, just saying, nah, Odegaard this, nah, Odegaard that.
This was at the Gunners pub, by the way.
Yeah. So, and then obviously Odegaard, so I was like, nah, this game though, like, and then they were saying, but Eze, but you got Eze now, and I was like, no, you want all of these connecting, especially the way we're like sweeping the ball and the way we're like probing. You want the technical players on. And for me, Odegaard had one pass to Lewis Skelly when Lewis Skelly should have cut it back. Basically, Lewis Skelly was in. He could have shot a goal or cut it back. Like, it was attacking.
With the great challenge.
That chance.
With the great challenge.
That was Odegaard pass was fucking sensational. Absolutely super.
Oh the acute
that
one.
Pass was crazy.
He like he kind of used his foot to put it back. Like from the position he was in. Yeah, he took out two men.
That's the Odegaard.
That defending was great. That's the Odegaard doesn't happen. That goal is 100% coming. That's
the Odegaard I missed.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
That like he's one of the few that can just pick those. Like basically the eye of the needle, those type of balls, and he just picked it through. And then there was another one where he did like a little outside of the boot thing to Gyökeres. Like it was very cute, but Gyökeres kind of turned and he was in. And like Odegaard, when he's on it, Odegaard is special, and especially when we're probing, he's really good in them tight pockets and them little spaces.
You need the technical ones then, because the team you're posing, they put the kitchen sink behind you, so everything's so compact. So you need players that can move and wiggle.
Yeah, but my thing with Arsenal fans is just like the new toy syndrome has to end. Like you get Eze in, and suddenly it's forget about Odegaard. Nah, don't forget what Odegaard. Don't get me wrong. Last season was shocking, but Odegaard, when he's on it, he's so good to watch, and he's so important for us. And like you want Odegaard with Eze, and like what happened to us having all these technical players on at the same time? Like I really want to get back to that. So for me, I was never using Odegaard to bash. Using Eze to bash Odegaard. For me, I want them in moments together.
Yeah.
And it's the same with Madueke. When Madueke came in, like all of a sudden it's Saka this and Martinelli that, and it's like nah, like let's respect some of the our quality players.
Yeah, man.
And like that just needs to end, I think.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Yeah, man. I was happy to see Odegaard on it, and he had some real moments. And obviously he gets the assist for the Gabriel header, and Gabriel, man, so much respect to this guy, man, because obviously. I ain't gonna lie, he's one of the few that I did get it wrong on at the start when he started at Arsenal. And the thing is, a lot of it came from like his ball play and qualities, and against who was it? It might have been City or the Bilbao game.
Yeah.
Some of that did come to fruition in terms of like on the ball. I still wish he was there, but when you've got the pieces around him,
yeah,
the guy is an elite defender. He's an elite defender. Like he loves to defend, and he's just like he's such a warrior. And like Gabriel, man, like he's marshalled our back line over the past couple of years, and he's been superb. And the amount of clutch headers he scored, man, like this was another one, and man, it was limbs, man. Like it was limbs. When that moment happened, it was absolute limbs. So yeah, man, delighted with that. I was buzzing with the goal, buzzing with how it came about, and
yeah, man. Yeah, end up getting the win, the result. Yeah. It's on now, 2 point difference.
Yeah, Tartarus is on.
Man City got their points, obviously.
Yeah.
With a 5-1, 5-2 win, I believe, or something. I didn't 5-1, but yeah. So it's on. I still think it's between Liverpool and Arsenal for sure, but it's for sure on now. And there's a lot to cover with the Liverpool. Should we? You ready to?
Yeah. Let me.
What else you need to cover?
No, I think that's it. Obviously, I know some people were talking about Nwaneri not being in the squad, but I think because Odegaard was back, that's probably what that was. But one thing I did want to quickly say is Nwaneri not making the squad because Odegaard returned, but Dalman making the squad.
Okay.
Shows us exactly where Arteta sees Nwaneri now, long term, and that's answered a few questions for me in particular, where he sees Nwaneri now as a midfielder, and I think Dalman's going to be the forward, and that's really important because in terms of like building for the long term, it was really important to know that. Do I think that's Nwaneri's best position? We'll have to see. There's some things he can improve, but if you put the right tools around him, I think Nwaneri can thrive as a midfielder, but you do need someone that can dictate the tempo around him and can make things fluid, so he can go and do what he does, which is receive between the lines, turn.
Quick turn, shoot.
Quick turn, all of these. Even the little dribbles and stuff and penetrate and break lines through dribbling. I think if you got the right tools beside him, then we could see him. So that was important to know, so that's all I have on Arsenal.
Yeah, but no, man, that was a big one. That was a bitter one to watch. Again, unlucky Newcastle.
Yeah.
But all that did is make all the points I'm about to drop a little bit more potent as we come to the next game, which is Palace 2, Liverpool 1. And listen, Palace is our bogey team. That's our bogey team, so we knew if anyone is probably going to stop this, it's always them that stop. The same with the Brendan Rodgers season. That was the one that stopped. Like we say the Gerrard slip, but that was the one. It was the 3-3 the week or so before, and they always do things like this for us. But that game again. I sound like a broken radio, but not a nice watch. First half getting peppered. Like Alisson kept it from like 4-0. Like absolutely getting peppered first half. Not good. Kanate, like defence just not on the same page. Whatever, innit? We move to the next half. And no, they go 1-0 up. So they go 1-0. No, in the second half they go 1-0 up, I believe actually.
Yeah.
And look, they were gonna get the goal. It was like they were gonna get. It was one of those ones. They were gonna get the goal, bro, because we were just not looking good.
Yeah.
But Chiesa off the bench, and a lot happened. Verts, a lot happened. Verts got subbed off. But I'm gonna make all of my points after I just summarise the game. But like Verts gets subbed off, a few players get subbed off. Some come in. Chiesa comes in, scores a banging a goal for us. Not even a banging goal.
He's like your Trossard, isn't it?
Yeah, I said he's the one that sees more than a Trossard to me. Like he's the one that comes off the bench because his percentage of conversions in actual games, because he hardly gets any opportunities, is mad. Like I can't even get out, but I can probably find he's probably got 5 to 6 goals for Liverpool, and maybe around 10 apps, low 15. Like he hasn't had many chances to come on, and he always converts.
I don't know if you could say more than a Trossard if he's still not trusted to start though.
But I've got a lot to get into. Because he hasn't had the opportunities until this week, and what a week he's had. But and even when like last season coming off the bench, a lot of like last minute goals, like what's it, super sub goals. So yeah, man. But yeah, so we get into the game. Fucking they pull a Liverpool move on us.
No.
Last minute it's bullshit though, because it was meant to be 6 minutes added on. It was meant to be 6 or 7 minutes added on. They got their goal. It was 6 and they got their goal in the 98th. That's bullshit. No, that's BS, to be honest. The game should have been done. You know, like, things drag on. The game kind of should have been done, but I can't complain. Like, listen, this whole season, we've been riding that wave of momentum, getting goals in the last minute, relying on this extra time bullshit. So I can't complain. I have to take it. It happened to us. It was bound to happen to us if we keep playing like this. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's bad for us. But there's a lot to get to in terms of the team and where we're at. It's another bad performance again with, unfortunately, Vert starting in the 11. Now, I'm not trying to say it's all his fault. The team weren't clicking like they should have been.
He played left mid, didn't he?
He played left mid. So we set up with Vert's left mid, Isak up top, Szoboszlai behind Szoboszlai we got McAllister and Gravenberch and Salah right wing, Kerkez, Van Dijk, Konate, and on right back Bradley, and instead of Frimpong, because Frimpong played poor in the Carabao Cup game.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how we set up. And not good enough, man. Isak, to be honest, not a great Premier League debut, like full debut from him. Like he weren't at his best, but he played well during the week, and stuff. He got the goal then. It's early for him, and he hasn't been training all summer like properly and that. So we're obviously going to give him a little bit more. He's already created a goal before Verts anyway, so like we're going to give him, got
and
a
he
goal.
scored as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He scored a goal already, like in the Carabao Cup game. So yeah, but we start with Konate. Now, poor defending by Konate today.
Head's gone.
Yeah, head's gone. He hasn't signed a contract. We know. There's a lot to get to because number one is the Leone injury, which is massive. So during the week, Carabao Cup, Leone puts in a great debut performance. Plays absolutely amazing. Of course, as a team in the Championship, and they're one of the worst teams in the Prem last season ever in history. Yeah. So we can't get that gassed, but he did play really well and showed a lot, and that looked good. But he gets injured at the end of the game. It's AC, torn his Achilles. He's going to be out for the whole season. Mad. So now the pressure with everything with Konate and the defenders is like
all of a sudden your depth is in question.
Yeah, in question, big time. Gomez is our backup centre back now, or maybe Endo in centre back, which could be absolutely disastrous. Imagine Endo against Madrid.
And the thing is, to be fair, this is what has opened the race up again, because Liverpool, right? They've got Van Dijk is fit. Konate, you don't know where his head is at right now. Yeah. Half his head might be on a move. Half of his head is over here. Leone's injured, and then Gomez is your backup, who's an injury-prone backup. Like all of a sudden, Liverpool don't look as strong.
So we need to sign someone in January now. With the Leone thing, Konate not signing a contract, we more or less need to sign Konate's replacement in January, and that's obviously hard to do because there's players under contract, this, that, and the third. We're gonna need to spend some more money, to be honest now, because we weren't able to get Gahey like when we tried anyway. So and we need someone now. We need a centre back, and we need really Konate's replacement, because the plan should be that around late February, this replacement should be starting with Van Dijk and be the replacement. We could maybe say Leone could end up being an eventual replacement for Van Dijk, because he does look really good as a youngster. But we should sign Gahey at the end of the season. Obviously Van Dijk, I think Van Dijk we need for one more season after this. But yeah, like Van Dijk and this new guy, whoever we bring in, because Konate now, I think we need to now plan for...
I was seeing moments. Mateta was bodying him.
Yeah, it was bad, that first half. It was bad. It weren't nice to watch. Our defence, he was getting body. Defence, they should have really got put 4 in, or something, 3 or 4 in the first half. We were very lucky. Alisson kept us in the game. But just not nice. It just weren't nice.
Bloke might not even be Madrid level, and that's the thing he's got to worry about.
But that Huijsen ain't have, like, he's made mistakes as well. Like, we'll get to that as well later, but he'll
So
have
why get
competition. He'll have competition. Like,
But I think it's him to partner Housen. I think that's the kick. That's the aim.
Yeah.
Like they're looking for his partner, and like, do you trust Kanate like at Madrid? I don't know, but
yeah,
like he is a Rudiger. He can be like Rudiger, I guess, but
he can play good. A lot of it seems like concentration with him.
Yeah, he's very inconsistent, extremely.
But yeah, man, that was obviously we've got Kanate. We need him to see out the contract, but we must sign his replacement in January and have him on the bench. He'll still be playing for that move. That's the thing. So, but off the bench, that suddenly gives us a bit of defensive depth if we do sign in January and have Kanate as a bench option.
Yeah, if Palace are smart though.
I don't think we're getting Gahey in Jan, but like that's but we need someone in Jan. We need to spend some money now and get a defender and basically Kanate's replacement in January. Really, that's like how it goes in that situation. Now, the next part, because I've got a few players I need to get at now with this. Kanate was the first. Next is Salah. And, look, Salah, obviously, there's a lot...
Man is turning on Salah, you know.
It's not that because I'm not a turning on Salah, because I was never one of the ones that was super on. So, for me, I respect him for everything he's done, but he doesn't perform very well, and...
So it's
getting to a time.
Who's your favourite from the Klopp era? I'm sorry, a bit off topic, but who's your favourite? Like, who's actually your guy?
Trent. Standard, but like he left.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, he left us. It's always been Trent, like the way he plays. Yeah, defo, but or Bobby or something like. Yeah, maybe Bobby. I like Mane as well. Either Bobby or Trent, but yeah, with Salah now. Oh, there's just a lot because Chiesa, the way Chiesa's playing. Compared to, I know Salah's so efficient and important, but I do honestly believe if Chiesa was starting, we wouldn't be in nail-biting games. Like, we will be in just 3-1. We need to get to 3-0s, 3-1s. We haven't this season yet had a comfortable win.
So wait, you're suggesting Chiesa start on the right wing?
Yeah. Like,
where did he play in Southampton?
No, I'm not suggesting that one as much. I'll tell you what I want. There's a lot, like, with Liverpool, this is how, for me, it needs to go now. And shout out to Theo Walcott, because... what he said on that pod enlightened me to enlighten my mind to ideas that I was sleeping on. It should be, look, Ekitike did what he did during the week. He did that. I don't know why, because there's a world where him and Isak play together. It should be Isak up top, Ekitike behind him, Salah on the right, Gakpo on the left.
That's four strikers.
And I'll tell you, it seems like, and that's in certain games. However, in games where we need to be well equipped in midfield and have more players, let's say we're playing a Barcelona or a big team and we've done our research, then we drop Ekitike and have Szoboszlai in behind. So to me, Verts kind of should play like a Harvey Elliott role this season. But I'm gonna get into all of this. I know it sounds.
120 million.
I know it sounds crazy, but once I break down, it's going to be long. I'm going to break down all of this. It might make more sense. But so I don't think Salah needs to be dropped. But we know that December he will be travelling to African Cup of Nations, and Chiesa will fill in that space. So my rotations are Gakpo on the left for Verts. For me, Verts will operate better on the side. Like, I think he'll just operate better on the side. I don't know about the middle yet. And he's going to need to now... One thing I'm sure with Verts is he now needs to earn a starting place from the bench, in my opinion. Because he's definitely got to be on the bench now. Like, we can't... Chiesa and Ekitike somehow, some way have to get more game time right now than Verts. The way they're playing. Ekitike has been playing cold. And I know it seems to attacking him being in a 10 role. Now, with Ekitike, he's done no wrong in possession this season. Literally, when he's had the ball in his feet, he hasn't done no wrong. It's off the ball where one game where he was playing up top, his positional play wasn't good and he weren't in the right places. But if he's playing, he always comes deep, very deep. But if he has an Isak in front of him, that's not going to matter as much. It's like when Kirkas comes in, crosses it, and no one's in there. But if Isak's a 9 and he can be deep, and the way he played, like what we thought we'll get him from Wirtz, he's been the one doing that all season. The little link-ups, the little can crash into the box, maybe do one touch that just, he slides it past a defender, then gets a shot off and scores, hits it on target or whatever. He's been doing all of that this season. So I don't see why him behind Isak, naturally he looks like a second striker type of player anyway, with his positional play and stuff. So he can be behind Isak. And then Szoboszlai, if there's different games where we need to be better equipped in midfield and we need to, if we're going up against De Jong and Pedri, then yeah, obviously we want to Szoboszlai, McAllister and Gravenberch. But to me, that would create, because our issue isn't, people are, oh no, that'd be too offensive. We can keep possession. In that game, we had 70% possession at one, even though they were peppering shots but weren't converting their chances. We had possession. Our issue is creating. We can't create something sometimes when certain people are on. If we had Ekitike behind, to me that would, and the subs would be, rotation would be Ekitike, Szoboszlai in Cam, Isak and sometimes Ekitike as well up top, so he can do both.
Yeah.
Wirtz can do Cam and rotate on the left with Gakpo, and then on the right Salah and Chiesa.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, that's how I feel. And then with Salah, Salah needs to now. I don't like the way he's been moving. I don't like the way Salah's been moving in the last few weeks, to be honest. And to me, he's not moving like a leader and a senior player in the team. And that obviously we had the PFA comment. And I didn't, because I agreed with him there, so I didn't, that's when he said, they asked him, do you think this team is better than the last season's team with all the signings? He straight up said no. Yeah. And I agreed with him, so I didn't look too much into that. But then after that, we have the Twitter reply, where there's a tweet about, now we've got Wirtz and Wirtz and Isak as our 9 and 7. Before we had Diaz and Nunes, this is so much better or whatever. And Salah responds saying, let's not disrespect the Premier League champions like this or whatever. To me, he doesn't need to do that. You don't need to respond to a tweet. You're Salah.
Was he wrong though?
Was he wrong?
Let's not do the Isak Nunes thing. But Wirtz and Diaz, was he wrong?
Was he? He just said let's not disrespect, but
exactly. But
He
the way it's looking, maybe that fan was wrong.
But to me, you don't a lot of these things. To me, the dressing room hasn't been good. There's a weird Klopp's boys versus the new boys thing happening. To me, that's how I see it. There's a weird energy in the dressing room with Liverpool right now. But then after that, we had this other quote where he says he's finding it hard to
So whose side, quickly on that thing, when you say Klopp versus Slot Boys, whose side is Salah on? Like a Klopp boy?
Yeah, because Klopp era. So Van Dijk, Steele, Salah, you've got Robertson, even in that interview.
But how about the guys that won the title last season with you guys? Because I thought you were saying the new signings.
Yeah, so Szoboszlai is still with the Klopp.
Oh, Klopp, yeah, technically.
Yeah,
I guess,
still, yeah,
you
with Szoboszlai, he said the comment about when Wirtz came in.
Yeah.
And then I saw a little video where they were going through the ratings of FIFA or something, and he was looking. He gave Wirtz.
Yeah, I've seen that.
The look he gave Wirtz, I don't know. There's weird energy,
I know,
in the team, and then there was also this quote by Salah where he says, "I'm finding it hard to find connections between." Now look, with Szoboszlai, I'm gonna give him a bit of grace. This big height signing was signed. He was signed not too long ago. Everyone's hyping him up. Same position. Blah blah. Salah, no. You don't have the grace. You're meant to be a senior player. You can't want the spotlight your whole. You can't. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I think it's an ego thing a little bit. Because some of these players are replacements. Even in the interview where Isak scored. Again, in the Carabao Cup game, he had an interview with Robertson.
Yeah.
And Robertson was kicking banter, which sometimes can make things calm between the teammates. Sometimes that can open things up with teammates. But he said, yeah, with the first chance, we definitely wanted better, but then he definitely converted it on the second, which is like, do you need to say that though? Like,
but when you're
go on, sorry.
So when you're saying Salah can't have the spotlight and that, but like, what if, does he have a right to feel disrespected when it's just like,
Not with the way he's playing right now.
But I just did that last year. But he could even say, these new guys are the reason I'm playing this way. And then with what I just did, it wasn't no couple seasons ago, it was literally last season. What I just did, I was getting Ballon d'Or shouts, top 5 Ballon d'Or.
Which he didn't deserve the Ballon d'Or. Everyone was saying he did is bugging.
But he played at a top 5 Ballon d'Or level.
Yeah, for sure.
So, has he got a right to say, nah, respect what I've done, respect my thing?
It's not about respect what you do. Everyone does respect what he does. There's not like, everyone saying? I don't think he should be dropped either. So like, I don't think, but Chiesa's gonna come in AFCON and we're gonna see how things turn out, because let's be honest, Salah hasn't been having a great season. I'm not saying he should be dropped, right? That's not what I'm saying with Salah. But I'm saying, as a senior player in the team, you need to usher in the new talent, and you haven't, like, the quote of... let me land my point though. Like, he says, I'm finding it hard to make these connections. Have you heard Van Dijk have, like, any of these type of quotes? No. Like, he had maybe...
Van Dijk used to take shots at Hendo. He used to take a lot of shots at Henderson. A lot of shots. A lot of shots. That suggested that... I look at it
different, because that's when they're both in the...
But they were in a successful team.
When you're senior, you need to be the senior. Like, you should be above, like, you should be above this. Your experience. Don't create anything that media can now...
But Van Dijk used to do that. So, like, Van Dijk used to... What do you mean? It's the same. But you said, has Van Dijk ever done... And he was a senior at that point. Van Dijk, in like 2020 or whenever... Van Dijk was one of the senior. In fact, he was senior the moment he got through the door. He was.
But it's 2025 now.
I know, but I'm saying you're saying Van Dijk has been perfect, and like he was taking shots at Hendo as if he wanted the armband the whole time. He was taking shots at him, so that's existed all the time. So like, I don't think Salah's wrong to say respect the new signings, because Diaz looks better than what Wirtz was doing right now.
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
That's a fact.
And
so
from
that's a fact.
The second he came in,
there we go. So that's a fact. And then Nunes is his mate. He's just seen one of his mates pass away, like R.I.P. Jota. And really quick as well, R.I.P. to Billy from the Arsenal Academy that passed midweek. That's really sad to hear. But Salah's just seen, you know, his mate, like, and then he's seen his mate get disrespected in that way. And maybe, like, I think he's been a bit emotional since the Jota thing. I think that plays into it. I think people are ignoring that. Well, that plays into it, and he's a bit emotional. He's going through it. And, like, people are disrespecting his old mates who you just won a title with. Guys that run for him.
And
guys
the people disrespecting him are idiots. Like, I hate those type of fans, because they're gassed for everything Wirtz has done for Bayer Leverkusen. Why are you gassed for making tweets like that, bro? Like, he's done nothing for Liverpool yet. Relax. There's always fans like that big new signing, get so gassed.
Exactly.
They haven't done anything for the team yet. Why are you gassed?
So as the senior man, you tell those fans that's not the attitude we want at this club. So as the senior man, because people are going to listen. If Sosablai tweets that, no one cares.
True,
people are going to say shut up.
And fine, like, that's a fair point, but it does create drama. That's, like, not needed. Like, it creates headlines that media can now... Mate, I agree with his points. I agree with them. Like, the first one, I even shouted out, the PFA award comments. The Twitter reply, don't disrespect the thing. I don't know why idiots are making posts like that. And then he didn't need to say, I'm finding it hard to make the connections. That one he didn't need to say to me, which was a fair one. He didn't need to say that, to be fair, but he said it anyway. And it's like, you've got to be now a bit more senior and aware that, like, you know, things move on. Like, we've won 2 Premier League titles, we can win another, but you need to understand that you're one of the ones everyone needs to look up to, not feels like they're against or something, or there's like weird energy. Like, it can't go that way with the team. So like, there's all of that. And then obviously Chase has been playing great, but with Wirtz, this is why the Wirtz situation is massive. It's a massive situation, Wirtz, because we've spent £116 million on this player. We've been absolutely ripped off, to be honest. We've been absolutely finessed. He's about a 70 to 65 million at best, to me, player.
Before you go into that,
Uh-huh.
let me contextualise that with what he came out with midweek, I think.
Who's it, Salah?
No, Verts.
Okay, what did Verts say?
So he was. So let me.
He said he's tired of everyone saying he needs time.
No. Let me get it up. So yeah, with this Wirtz thing, yeah. So he was like on the differences playing in the Prem. I recently talked to the coach about it, and he suggested why I might not be able to get into the situations I normally get into. That is that I'm making the game fast with a dribble or a pass. He said it could be because we press a lot and I run a lot. For example, the running stats, I'm always at the top there because I try to push hard and do what the coach asks. I need a lot of strength and energy for that. When I have the ball, I might be lacking a little bit. That it will simply come step by step as I play more games, get fitter, be able to do things more easily, and then when I have the ball, be fit enough and recovered enough to push hard. So that's what he said. One real quick thing is it sounds a lot like what Sozoblai was complaining about last season when he said, I don't have energy to be creative because I'm always covering Salah and stuff.
Yeah.
It seems like it's starting to feel like a slot problem with the Tens. It's starting to feel like a bit of a slot problem. Sozoblai, the form you're praising this season for Sozoblai hasn't come from 10, by the way.
Yeah,
It hasn't come from there. Maybe a slot that holds back the 10s because he's asking them to just constantly run when they're creative.
That could be, that definitely could be the
That's
case.
exactly what Sozoblai said last year.
Yeah, so definitely that could be the case. Now, the issue with Verts is, let's be honest with Verts, we don't play as good when he starts. And there's too many players that need to me, get opportunities over him, like Ekatike or something. It's hard to break into this squad. Now, the thing that works in Verts' side is that he's young. He's 22, he's young, but he needs a lot of time to develop to the Prem. It's physical stuff that he needs to develop. And what I think the plan with Verts going forward should be is that he should be coming off the bench we play either Ekatike or Soboslai in that 10 role. Verts coming off the bench, and when he comes off the bench, if he can create impact enough, he can now work his way back into starting. Maybe that will take until around next season. A lot of this will depend on his ego. If we take the price tag and all that out of this, look, you're still a young player. Like, there's Chiesa. These are all the players in and around the attack that we have. Chiesa, 27. Gakpo, 26. Soboslai, 24. Ekatike, 23. Salah, 33. And Verts, 22, who's the youngest out of all of those players. So, look, there's no shame in taking a year, coming off the bench, developing your strength a little bit, physicality, whilst we can still kick and push for a double at least. Like, try and go far in the Champions League and maybe win that or the Prem, or both if we can. There's no shame in that. You can still come off the bench and create a lot of impact. But with like Chiesa and the form he's on, we need to really have him. Like, I wouldn't be mad if him or Salah start in that game. I wouldn't be mad with either option, basically, to be honest, with the way he's been kicking. And then Ekatike, obviously, like, Ekatike to me has been the one that's shown, out of all the signings, he's the one that justifies the price a bit, where he's young, 23, he's come in seamlessly. On the ball, he's done no wrong. Like, he always keeps play ticking, he gets his shots off, he can make little like passes and assists. He's been cold, so there's no way we can drop him. Him being like upset whilst Verts gets so much game time does not make sense, like, at all, to be honest. Ekatike. If the whole celebration was about, don't forget about me with the whole Isaac thing, it makes no sense. We've got to figure out a way to play both of them because he's too cold.
I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense.
No, it doesn't make sense it makes sense him doing that. It doesn't make sense us not having him like start. He's been cold. Like, somehow, some way, we have to find a way to fit both of them because I get with the Isaac thing does need to be up top. He just brings different elements where, like, he's just a striker in it. We need him up top. But Ekatike somehow, some way, we got to fit him in. Whether he's on the left or at cam, to me. And to me, it's certain games. We hold a lot of possession. It's just creating. So if there's games where we're going to have a lot of possession, a lot of the games will be against like lower levels, even though there's a lot of competition in the Prem. they'll be against lower levels. We can have an Ekitike in there, I think, with Isak and Salah and Gakpo on the left, or maybe Chiesa instead of Gakpo or Salah or whatever. Yeah, like I can see a lot of like goals and creation coming from that, and it's too hard for Wirtz to break into that. And so in my group chat, Marco, shout out Marcus, bruv. So he had a point about Wirtz where he was saying, I said, look, give me, because it's not looking good with the Wirtz situation, to be honest. What works in his favour is young, but so far it's not looking good. I think Liverpool is the best team in England to come in and settle into. So maybe there's a lot going on with the Salah stuff, so I don't know, with like the old regime boys. Obviously Robertson said what he said in that interview, seems like the ascension. So maybe the settling isn't as easy as it seems. But for years, when new players come into Liverpool, they've been able to settle in very well. Even Diaz, I remember, he settled in so well that he started in that final with Mane and Salah instead of Firmino. So players always settle well when they come in. So that's bad. That's alarming, first and foremost, with Wirtz. There could be a lot behind that, though. But I remember, so Marcus, he said in my group chat that Silva, when he first came to Man City, I remember the first season was a poor one, you know. He even said it's going to take time, David Silva, but then he ended up becoming who he became. And he's gave me a point saying same with Suarez. When he first came to Liverpool, his first season weren't great. So this can happen with players. And I said, look, touche. However, listen, the competition these men were facing and their scenarios is so different to Wirtz. Bro, we're the champions right now, trying to face Madrid, Arsenal, everyone. You know what I'm saying? It's different context. When Silva came to Man City, 2010, they just had their financial takeover in 2009. They won their first Prem in 2012. There's time for you to not be the complete best. When Suarez came to Liverpool, was Liverpool at their worst they've ever been in history. Suarez's competition was Carroll and Ngog. Bro, like, he can afford to...
Yeah, but context, you brought Carroll for 35 mil as Torres' replacement. So, even though what Carroll's ended up being, there was still big expectation when he arrived.
What, when Suarez arrived?
Well, on Carroll.
Yeah, well, yeah,
like, you're speaking in hindsight. Carroll was a big signing at the time, and he was killing that at Newcastle.
But, yeah, fair. And then when he came to Liverpool, like, he was a slow start and he flopped. But what I'm saying is Wirtz's so that was Suarez competition. That's someone who flopped. That's why we got Suarez, because he flopped. And then, and also with Silva, Man City didn't have any really expectation. I haven't won shit yet. Now with Liverpool, Wirtz coming in and him not performing, the competition with how Ekitike is looking, Chiesa, Salah's built the equity he's built, Gakpo's built a little equity, but you know, we don't know, maybe Chiesa can come in there. It's going to be difficult for Wirtz starting, to me. The way I see it, it's difficult to start him with all of this going on. The context is different. It's not like, when Suarez came in, if he's being slow, we're not trying to press for the champions at that time. We're trying to like get back to a good side, so it's fine. Like Man U with Sesko. He's having a slow, it's fine for them. Like, they're not in no position to... The position we're in now, there's not time for slow start. Like, you got to settle, like, quick. Do you know what I'm saying? Or maybe take a little while, come off the bench and create impact there. And, yeah, the way I'm looking at it now is, with Wirtz, I don't think he should start right now for Liverpool. He should come off the bench, try and create impact and try and earn a starting space off the bench. But yeah, that really covers the game for me. I know that was a little bit long, those 3 points. There was like, we went in a little bit. But yeah, bro, that's really it for me. That first and foremost, Kanate, that's cautious and we need to replace him in January. Confirmed. Salah, I just want Salah obviously start the rest of the season. He'll go away for AFCON, but I just want him to be more of a leader in the squad. And when I say a leader, like, just the media things, please, like, we don't need that throughout the season. We need to now be better with that. And then, to me, Wirtz should come off the bench and earn a spot off the bench. He should. I don't really want to see him starting. Until I see him come off the bench and create impact, create goals and assists and stuff. I don't really want to see him.
I just can't wait till people start looking more into Slot. Like I think I like Slot, and like I do love how he's a proper football fanatic. Like he's obsessed with the game. Like even his presses, he could just talk football all day. But for me, I think he pushed Trent out. Personally, I think he was the reason Trent left. I know how it spun. But I think initially the way it started off with Trent, I think he's to blame for that. And then I think now we're looking at a situation where creative players don't thrive under him. I think if Slot had it his way, the actual most successful player that plays in a 10 role probably be Curtis Jones, that type, a runner. Because what he's asking him to do is run. So you might as well just play Curtis Jones there. Because Wirtz is saying the exact thing Szoboszlai. Because even when Szoboszlai said that, I remember he was saying, yeah, you know, obviously I was doing a lot of running for Salah. So, and he was almost making excuses for himself because everyone was saying, why is Szoboszlai not performing this and that? He's the worst player in this starting 11 or worst performer and all of this. And he was defending himself saying, yeah, you know, like, because of the running I'm doing for Salah, which makes sense. Obviously, Salah's gone on to have the season he's had. So, like, obviously it worked and it was the right thing to do. But now when the second player, and this time it's a proper big signing, is saying exactly what Szoboszlai was saying, that I'm asked to do these things and that's why I can't play the game I play. It makes me wonder if Slot is the problem when it comes to these creative players now, because Trent is creative. Szoboszlai, even though Szoboszlai is a bit of a different player, what we knew in Germany is that he's a very technical player. And then Wirtz now is meant to be, you know, a superb technician as well. So if all these three have had problems with how they're either being used or even playing for Slot and like all together, then I think soon we're gonna have to start looking at Slot's tactics and like, you know, why is Arteta getting his defensive remarks when outside of Salah, who's really banging goals like that for Liverpool last week, like who's like Salah having a freak season doesn't make them an attacking side.
No, we looked cold last season.
Yeah, but all round as a solid unit, exactly. But who's to say? But who's to say Slot's an attacking manager? Why is Arteta getting all this defensive stuff? Like, who's to say Slot? Outside of freak season from Salah, I don't see you, man, peppering.
It's like, I'm going to come off, yeah. So to me, there's like, and I said at the end of the season, it's not all rosy for Slot yet. I remember saying that in the video because it's not like these starts are. It's now we do need to question the manager a little bit with the starts of the season because we just can't perform well, which is a big issue. But now, yeah, we just need to see certain ideas implemented, man. Like certain ideas need to be implemented when it comes to the team. He did have an amazing season last season, and the style, like the football we were playing was amazing. Like it's undeniable, it was amazing.
I don't think it was that. It's not that memorable to outside of you lot. Like neutrals don't remember that team like that. We just remember Salah freak season. City is like
last week. You're saying we remind you of Invincible.
Yeah, in terms of the size and stuff, not the style of play. In terms of the size and some, like I like watching Gravenberch individually. I like watching Isak individually, but as a team, as a unit, last season you didn't have Isak and Hugo, so they were part of my. I said this season you look more like that. You two players that I put in the comparisons weren't there last season, so I wasn't referring to that team. But you're like no one remember outside you lot. No one remembers you. Like we remember Pep City side, like the way they were playing. We don't think of Liverpool like this special. Like last season, we almost say everyone had an off season. Liverpool came out the blocks, and Salah had a goated season. Like that's how other people remember it. So I'm not gonna say it was undeniable the football they were playing. I think it was good football. Like you got a great balance and a great mix. That's why my Invincibles comparison comes in. Obviously, Invincibles football is on another planet, but in terms of size and being fast and strong but good technical players, I think there's remnants. I said remnants as well, not you're like the Invincible. I said remnants. And a lot of it's to do with size and good footballers within that size. But I don't think Slot's football's been that amazing. I think Trent was a big part of that, and Salah. But I this manager to me, and I think Slot's good. He's bought himself a lot of time, but like I think he's got problems with creative players. I think Trent, Szoboszlai last season, and now Wirtz is saying the same thing. And like they can't all three be wrong. All three are good players. They can't all be wrong. So and don't get me wrong, I'm not defending Wirtz. I think he's been shocking. But if all of these men are saying the same thing about how they're used and why they can't get into their bag like that, and it's all under this manager, then questions have to be raised in regards to the manager. I think blaming you're not blaming Salah and stuff, but like putting it on some players when, you know, Slot has also caused issues.
Salah's had a slow start to the season. The Atletico Madrid game's the only game where he's really like played well, to be honest. He's got goals in a lot of other games, but he's had a slow start to the season as well. And yeah, man, we're just waiting to see it. Like it's Isak and Ekatike now. They're the ones that, and Chiesa, they're the ones making goals. So we've got to find a way to get the players that are performing on the pitch. It's just like as simple as that, really. And
I even think the fullback situation's downgraded.
Yeah, of course. I said that with the whole. I said that it's naive to say we're going to win the league. The whole defence has changed. Like I said that, of course the fullbacks have downgraded. Like when we had Robertson,
people were saying Frimpong.
Trent.
People are putting Frimpong on a mad pedestal at the start.
No, well, that was silly because Trent, the amount of goals he creates, just that alone, changes everything for the team with Trent. Like, yeah, of course, we change a lot of the defence. We got Kanate in the situation, Straky foundation this defence. Like, it's Kirkez. Kirkez been playing decent the last couple of games. I'm not going to put the goal on him, to be honest. The goal's on no one marking the back post. Like, just schoolboy error. You let them creep in. That's for what's his name, Nketiah's goal. Which Arsenal, your boy.
Big up
Arsenal,
Eddie. Big up Eddie,
Arsenal
man.
boy, he got us. It got to very late, but no one was marking the back post, and it's just like schoolboy error because everyone's trying to think of attacking, and it's like you need to sort out step one before you can think about step two. And yeah, just silly mistake really. It could have been 1-1 on another lucky thing, but we need to see good performances now, and it's becoming very concerning and a big thing, to be honest. We got Champions League coming up pretty soon, so we'll see how we do in that. But it's not looking very good at Liverpool right now. Still top of the table.
Title race is on.
Title race is on.
Back on.
Top of the table. We've still got a win in the Champions League thing. But things need to be fixed. Things haven't looked good, and a lot of work needs to go in. And like, hopefully, right now, well, not now because Sunday, but Monday during the week, a lot of work and training needs to be put in. But let's move on to the next game, and we're not covering all of the Prem this week, but we will cover Brentford versus Man U, 3-1 to Brentford. Amorim shit. What have you got to say about this game? Have you got anything to go into?
So I watched a bit of it because when I came in, I was like, I think Brentford were up, so I only watched the second half. But I come in, Bruno, and I'm not gonna defend Bruno, but there were a lot of stoppages before, like. I think it took so long for them to check it because they basically awarded a penalty. VAR check confirmed it was a penalty. Then they did a VAR check to see if it was a red card. Decided it wasn't, I think. Yeah, decided it wasn't. And, that took like 3 or 4 minutes. And then they made Brentford make a sub as well. So ultimately, between the penalty being given, Bruno holding the ball to take the penalty and him actually taking the penalty, there was almost like 5 minutes in between, and it was like, man, mentally that must be tough because like you must have so much going through your mind while all this happening. But at the end of the day, it's another big penalty he's missed where he's actually costed his team points via these penalties, and he's let his manager down. But like there was even a moment when Amorim made a few changes.
He made mad changes. Bremo right wing back.
And then I was thinking he's finally changed the system, and then he did
a lot. Nah.
He's
so stubboron, man. That he started just putting players. He brought Mount on to right cam, putting Bremo right wing back. Euro, I don't know why Euro didn't start. I think he would have prevented, because this is to me why he's like a clown, and like he's just whack. Like, I'm just gonna say how it is. I like him. Like he's box office and he's entertaining, and I do like to see him in the Prem because it makes Man U whack. But he's not good and he's whack. And the reason why is because you've got 5 in the back. Now Brentford's first goal, Man U's defender, it was Maguire, like he steps forward. And it's like, why have you got 5 in the back, but no one
when you
covers like the person running in behind? Like, why are you stepping forward? Like, how have you got 5 defenders, but the line is that high and no one covers someone running in the back? Why have you got 5 defenders then?
That was
like,
what a goal as well.
Yeah, but it was so easy to prevent. It was like, why did you step forward? And like, all 5 of them are like at the halfway line. And it's like, what? And then he steps forward. Maguire, like...
Playing a high line when Maguire is suicide. He's like the slowest defender in the world.
Why do you play a high line with 5 defenders? I don't understand. Like, it's like counterproductive. But anyway, he does that. So to me, goal is Amarin's fault, because I don't know why you guys are in a high line with 5 defenders. Don't make sense to me.
Sesko off the mark.
Yeah, Sesko, he gets his goal. It's like... It's just a consolation. Then they end up getting spanked anyway in the end. So like, Shout to
Hendo, boy.
Henderson. Yeah, you know how he is. But he drags him.
I respect what he's doing, man. Him and Xhaka have my respect, man. The way they've just gone to these lower table teams and just like pulled their sleeves up, rolled their sleeves up, and just like, I'm gonna sort this out. Make sure you lot stay in this league. And Hendo, it's a big job, you know, after losing Visa and Mbuemu and the coach. Yeah. It's a big job for him to go in there and, you know, keep them afloat. So I got to shout out to Hendo, man.
Yeah, respect to Henderson. Man U, it's bad times for him, and he looks uncomfortable. A lot of the seconds have happened now. He's the last one left. Yeah. And Nunes, we didn't see that happened. We knew Potter was going to go. He's gone. And which we'll cover in a bit. And now we wait with Amarin. We wait and see. We wait. I don't mind him staying, because to me, Man U fall further. He's a very stubborn man. He's not going to change the system. He will not change it because his ego won't allow it at this point.
Shout out to Amarin.
So we just use our tactics, find a way to beat the system, and just keep beating it until he gets fired. And like, that's how it is. I do like the man. He's box office, but he's whack. And like, we just got to acknowledge the truth that he's not a great manager, but he's not a very good manager, to be honest. He's just not.
I do want to be cautious on rating managers.
No, he's not good. But
I do want to be cautious of rating managers via their United spell, because United, if that's the case, everyone's shit. Moyes has just turned it up like at Everton. He's gone back to Everton.
He's shit. Like,
Moyes?
No.
But Moyes looks shit at Man U as well.
Because all of these managers like can get 7th, and like he's whack.
But Moyes was whack at Man U.
No, he got 7th for like 8th.
After they won the league.
Well, at Man U, what like straight after they. I know they won the league.
That's the first time they ever finished outside the Champions League. Like, that wasn't a good season.
So I know.
We're talking about back then, before the league, the whole league.
I know,
was
they
all
just had
everyone
Fergie. They just won the league. I get it.
They just won, and there was no big 6 like back then. It wasn't like like 8th was mad for that.
Yeah.
Like, 8th was the relegation equivalent back then.
This guy's been the worst. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
like,
he's
you
been
can
the worst.
say it's like nothing comes close to like 15th, and then it's like he's like lost. He's like lost more. Are we like being serious? The guy's lost a lot of games.
No, he has, but I think
still like have their draws and like.
Yeah, but I think
win percentage weren't as, but his is like he's an absolute loser.
But
bro.
yeah, I know. No, don't get me wrong. He's been very trash, but I do think it's all relative in terms of. The same way you like say how like you count inflation when you're like, okay, now we've got to measure it accordingly to what it was. So like, let's say Wirtz and Ozil was the same type of transfer in terms of big fee German superstar, like young superstar, 40 million versus 120 or 115 mil, right? It's still the same type of transfer. It's just obviously inflation. 7th. Moyes is 7th. And Amarin's 15th. Which is mad to say. Because the league wasn't as turned up. There was no TV money. All the other teams were shit in comparison to the top teams.
I know what you mean. Like, Liverpool weren't where they're at. Man City were decent. We've got to give Man City that respect because they won the title like a couple of seasons
Yeah, but they had a
before.
bad season last year.
No. I'm saying when Moyes.
Oh, yeah.
Man City.
Man
I
City
guess
were the
Arsenal and Liverpool were, but Arsenal weren't that bad.
We
You still
were
had
top.
Wenger.
We were fourth.
Yeah, you still had Wenger, bro. You still had like an absolute don of a manager.
Yeah.
Liverpool weren't in a good place, but Chelsea were decent as well. So I guess 8th is like pretty...
8th is shocking.
Yeah,
in
8th. Yeah. In that shocking, it was shocking in that era. I won't lie.
But
Like,
I'm not gonna call
maybe
I'm not gonna call Moyes a bad manager.
The others, but the others are Van Gaal, Marino.
What did Van Gaal do? Besides produce some great youngsters, what did he do at Man U?
He kept him in the top half of the table. Like, that's what I mean. Like, thinking it's it's a very easy thing to beat this man. Like, this man you're fighting for. It's very easy to beat him. Like Marino as well. You take Solskjaer. Solskjaer was better than him. Like, yeah, this guy's like, his win percentage is like 34 now. It was 36 when they did it on Sky. It's probably down to 34 almost 30. It's like, you're trying to defend this man. He's whack. Like, and he's not going to change. He will not change. He's going to continue because now it's a matter of ego. Every interview is, you're basically going to get sacked. How do you feel? It's like... do you know
what I was buzzing up, yeah? You know, last week there was, I can't remember who's Man U's owner, one of the Elios guys or whoever. Last week they were saying about how he was in the, like, he came in for a meeting or something. They were like, why is he about? Like, what's going on? He's just like, to offer me a new deal. It's like, man is busting jokes, yeah. Man is busting jokes in the worst time in Man U's history. Like, I ain't gonna lie, yeah. If we were 15th and all of this, Arteta's busting jokes about new contracts and stuff, Arsenal fans would get him out. Like, Arsenal fans would not live for that shit, man. This guy's having a blast at he's having a blast at United. Oh, mate. He's too great.
Yeah, he's butt soft, but he's whack. Like, I just come out and like, I like him. I like him for the Prem. He's entertaining, but I'm gonna call like it for what it is. And he's a whack manager. Like, he's so out of his depth, and he's not now. It's a matter of ego. So it's not even a matter of the team and the quality and the players. It's like, I'm going to force the system. In January, they're going to try and get players to, maybe he sees a job up until January and tries to get more players to fit the system. But he will not change it. He needs to make the system work now. That's what it is now, which is like, bro, he's not good enough, bro. Watch it again. It was just whack again, bro.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get into this podcast. You sent me this actually, which was Ferdinand and Rooney. They did a pod the other day, nostalgic one. You remember when they had that little show where like he was pranking, Ferdinand was like pranking time ago. But yeah, anyway, Rooney got into a point on there where Ferdinand asked, who do you think is like a greater striker in the Prem, either him or Kane, or who's just been greater throughout their careers? What was your stance on that? Like, Kane, who do you think, Rooney or Kane?
I think Rooney's greater, but I understand. I think the point he was kind of alluding to in some of that was Kane is a better striker, like number 9.
Yeah.
In that case, yeah, for sure. I think Kane far more natural goal scorer, better in the box. Like, if you're talking a pure number 9, then yeah. If you're talking and then Rooney was like, but in terms of better play, so he asked that. Then Rio was like, you think Kane was a better player than you? Then he was like, a player, no. He was kind of saying, nah, not as a player, but as a striker. Yeah. And I think that's like as a pure striker, Kane is one of the best of all time, especially in terms of English history, man. Like, the numbers he's doing at Bayern is crazy. The numbers he was doing even at Tottenham's crazy. I think if he stayed in the Prem, he would have got that record by now. So, Rooney better player, Kane better striker.
Yeah, but he can't see Rooney because Rooney has that winner mentality. Like, Rooney's a winner, bro. Like, to me, Rooney is better as well. To me,
Yeah.
And like, I understand the point. It's similar with Salah. Like, Kane is very efficient. Do you understand? He's extremely efficient. But when you're not a winner like that, like, yeah, you're efficient. But if you're in the finals and shit, you're not. Suddenly, you're not. Like, to me, it's not redundant. But like, to me, you're not even more complete or better, because it doesn't suddenly, when the pressure's so high, you're not the same person.
I'm gonna
and with Kane, we've seen that there, bro. Like, he's not the same person.
I'm gonna
big games.
Do you know what? Now, based on what you said, I'm gonna cape for Kane a tiny bit. Even though I'm on the stance Rooney's greater, but when you're saying winner, Kane won a title with Bayern now.
Yeah.
And his England career is far more better than, in terms of where England have got to under Kane's era, than Rooney with Rooney's golden generation.
Yeah.
Kane's been more successful with England. We've had better times for England under Kane than Rooney. Yeah. So this winner thing, I know he was losing at Tottenham, but that's Tottenham.
But with Man U, the winner thing for me is how do you perform in those games? A lot of that is everyone knows Rooney was a big game player, bro. Like, from when he even went to Man U, was at Everton, scoring that goal against Arsenal, finals. Like, he's got goals in front. Like, he's a big game player. But like Kane, suddenly in big games, it's similar to Salah. Suddenly they have amazing stats. Kane's very efficient, amazing stats. Like, Bayern is a perfect team for you to... Salah always wins a league in March, or Bayern is a perfect team to clinch a league very early.
Yeah.
If you need someone like, we're in a final... That's why in finals these men don't. Like, if it's a league where we're going head-to-head, or it's finals and there's high pressure, they need the comfy win. Like, when it's uncomfortable, you can't look to these.
Rooney's lost a lot of finals, though.
Yeah.
He lost twice to Bayern. To Barca, sorry. And then... It lost a few, but also with the winning thing, like...
And you can make the same argument with the leagues as well, but they were in close ones, Man U, some, but you can make similar arguments with the league. They weren't a bit comfy.
But Rooney went into an environment where they were a winning machine.
Yeah, true.
Before and after. So, don't get me wrong, he won a lot in his time, and I still think Man U's greatest ever team includes, I think that 07-08 team.
With
is
Tevez.
Tevez really, I think that's the best Man U team ever. But... They were winning before and after, so he was stepping into an environment where they were already winning with, before and after. A bit like, a bit like the argument we make with KD at Warriors, where Curry was winning before you, whilst you were here, and after you.
Yeah.
Like, we got to use that with Rooney a tiny bit when we're saying he was a winner.
Like, Man U, like...
Well, I mean, he stayed a while, so I guess, he stayed after Fergie, so yeah. But before him, they were winning no problem as well.
Yeah, for sure, they were winning trebles.
And then with England, when you were the main man, and it wasn't in such a winning environment or a naturally winning machine, you didn't get us to no semis, you didn't... Kane's done that. And he's surpassed him in England goals. So, I don't know, like, Kane is a victim of the environment he was in. Tottenham, no one wins at Tottenham. I'm sorry, that's just the reality. No one wins that. But if Kane...
For England, in finals, he, like, never turns up. Like, he might get, like, a penalty here or there, but, like, when we watch...
Rooney doesn't get to finals of England.
Yeah, I guess. But what he's done for Man U, Champions Leagues, like, so many Premier Leagues,
Ronaldo's.
FA Cups...
The Champions League, the only one he won at Man U, Ronaldo's season.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah.
He hasn't led them to no Champions League. Even the Premier League, like, there's even a debate, in terms of leagues. He was never the main man. And anytime Man U won a league, he was never the top scorer.
Yeah.
I think 06, 07 might have been Ronaldo. 07, 08, Ronaldo again. 08, 09, Ronaldo again. 2010 Chelsea won it. 2011 I think they come back. 2011 Berbatov, top scorer. 2013 Van Persie.
Yeah.
Every time Rooney's been the main man or the leading man, or it's been his team, he's never been the most in goal, the highest goal scorer.
But that wasn't his game though. We can acknowledge that he was a bit of a behind striker, second striker. He's sacrificed being a striker so much for the team to win, and everyone knows that with Rooney. Like, He plays centre mid at times. What the fuck? Like thing.
Not during Fergie. Not under Fergie.
Maybe not during Fergie, but like we know he was always a bit sacrificed to just ensure the team, and he said that in the third.
But then did you watch the full?
I didn't watch the full, but I think I watched some clips.
Because he actually addressed that, and he said Ferdinand was like, did you feel like you sacrificed a lot of your game for Ronaldo? And he was like, nah, that's just what the situation asked for. And he's almost kind of low key saying Ronaldo was better, so it just turned out that Ronaldo was doing more, and then I was covering and doing all this other stuff. But ultimately, he was kind of saying Ronaldo was better.
But I always, when I say winners, to me, that's the mark of a winner. Like, and like some players, their egos are too high to do that, but then you don't win, and they're happy getting the goals, and you don't win, and that's the story. And like and that's the story. That's why I respect.
So why did it take you a while to respect Szoboszlai?
Szoboszlai.
Yeah, he changed a lot of his game for Salah, as he said last season, and covering the wings. Mm-hmm. So why did it take long for him to get your respect?
It took long for him to get my respect because
he did the Rooney thing you're saying. When you say Rooney
downplayed
his game, his main game, for the star to shine, that's what Szoboszlai did.
Yeah. Szoboszlai did that a little bit to an element, but the way he was playing, to me, like, it's uncomparable, like the way Szoboszlai was last season to Rooney on those seasons where they've, like, you just said that Szoboszlai was saying one of the worst in the 11s. Rooney wasn't ever close to like that, like in those teams. If he might have not been the top scorer.
So he didn't need to sack.
He might have not been the top scorer. No, because in the attack, if you're trying to win Champions Leagues and leagues, it requires you changing your games. But changing your game a little bit shouldn't make you the worst player in the 11, which, like, that's like a whole different, like, if we take the context, that's very different.
It is different. Like, obviously, like, I'm overplaying it to make a point, but the point is, Rooney wasn't, like, Ronaldo was just simply a better player. And he was even saying Ronaldo actually worked hard.
Ronaldo, though.
Right, but it didn't bother Benzema and them. And like, you could say Ronaldo kind of held back because Benzema ended up proving his Ballon d'Or level. But I don't see Rooney's post Ballon d'Or after Ronaldo. I don't see Rooney. Rooney hasn't hit Benzema's heights post Ronaldo.
Yeah, fair.
So that's my point. Like, Rooney, like,
and he said he thought that's when he saw it going down, because he went to Fergie. He asked him interview. He asked him what's the replacements or thing. Fergie started tripping out about him asking that, and so he was so you're basically, and Ferdinand even asked, well, weren't you meant to be like the replacement, kind of like, now you're meant to be the man,
right? And he didn't step into that.
He didn't step into that.
He didn't step into that because they've won a title since he handed that transfer request as well. The Van Persie title, and that was Van Persie's team when he got there. So Rooney, like, and I love Rooney. Rooney's one of my favourite ever, but there's an argument to make that he was never main man whenever they won titles. When he was main man, they didn't win leagues.
But that's Kane's career. Like, what you just like summed up is Kane's Premier League career.
It's hard to put that on him.
I'm the main man, but we don't win shit.
But Tottenham don't win ever. Like a couple years and a one-off, like, against the worst ever Man U, ironically, like that's in a one-off. But ultimately, Tottenham's history is not winning. Like, unfortunately, before Kane, after Kane. But someone
broke that curse and it weren't him. Like, that's like, no, facts. Like, someone broke the curse and it was not you. Even Tottenham fans say Son is, like, greater to them.
So, how are you looking at Joe didn't win a Premier League title. Someone broke that curse. I know, but he didn't win a Premier League team. But he didn't win. He's played as Joe played as some great Premier League teams.
No, not worst Premier League. In one of the worst Liverpool teams.
Yeah, no.
That Champions League against Milan, the team he dragged.
Yeah.
That might be the closest to a one-man team you've seen. Like,
for sure. But Champions League, anything.
We shouldn't bring his name up.
I'm not bringing his name up, but it's the same thing. If you're saying, so what was your point again? What you said,
that with
Kane, right? Kane.
With Kane. So what you were saying with Rooney, that any time he hasn't been the main, or he has been the main, they haven't won. That's Kane's whole summer.
That's Kane's.
Rooney says, "Okay, I will sacrifice." So I think Kane could have sacrificed in the last Euros. But there's like he kept coming.
But tournaments is different. When we're talking leagues, there's no one at Tottenham that he had to sacrifice for because he's by far the best.
For sure, at Tottenham, no.
Bayern.
But I do look at in that Euros, there were moments where he weren't doing, and there was ways he can sacrifice. So maybe certain players can crash the box a bit more. He kept coming deep, not really, but it had to be Kane. It always has to be Kane.
Do you know what? This feels mad. Me batting for Kane like this because he was a rival for so long, but I can't put Tottenham not winning on Kane. I'm sorry, I can't. Even if they won after him, that's a one-off. Like they're not gonna go on this mad winning streak.
Because in that Champions League final, Liverpool played so bad. He played.
It don't matter.
Really
you were still
bad.
a better team though.
He played
you
really
were still
bad.
a better team though. That's the Salah Mane prime era. You were still a better team.
Were we a better team? Because what Tierney was it? Kieran Tierney, what he did in that? Do you remember what they did? Just before. Tierney. I think they
Arsenal.
got
Tierney for Arsenal.
No, not Tierney. Trippier. Sorry. Do you remember what they did? There was also a forward that did a madness for them and then got benched in the...
Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas. Yeah. It's not Trippier. I think Trippier scored a free kick, but it was Lucas who was putting on all the work. Do you remember what they did?
Yeah.
Lucas got dropped for Kane.
But that was against Ajax and that, smaller team. Liverpool were favourites and the Champions League final went the way everyone expected. Liverpool won, but Tottenham...
Was it Ajax?
When Lucas did the madness,
Yeah, where they they
but that was obviously
I swear they beat a big squad.
Yeah, that Ajax team was big. De Jong, at the time, De Jong, De Ligt. Fair. They had a couple stars.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
But the point is, Tottenham, everyone expected Liverpool to win and Liverpool won. If Kane won that final, he's above Shearer in that. So... it went the way everyone expected, but I'm not going to put Tottenham losing on Kane. He's the reason Tottenham became a Big Six team, a sustainable Big Six team. Kane took Tottenham to mad heights, bruv. As an Arsenal fan that was always watching Tottenham from close by, Tottenham were always the noisy neighbours and just the annoying little guy, little friends that's just over there making noise, but you're never worried about them until Kane came. When Kane come, suddenly Tottenham's a huge game for us. It became the best derby in the league. And that's with, Man U were at a high level where even the Manchester derby wasn't the same level as the North London derby. It was the most exciting, it was scariest, and the stakes were always high in Kane's Tottenham era. So, I just think, I get it, I'm on the same side, Rooney's better, but... I'm not about to just disrespect and disregard Kane in that way. Kane still has an argument in that fight, and I think outside of Tottenham, you got to factor the Tottenham thing in when you're talking about his success, because Rooney could have, if Rooney was in the same situation, if he stayed at Everton the whole time, who knows what could have happened. Loyalty has cost Kane in this scenario because he's gone to Bayern and he's won. For England, he's got
in
the furthest.
Season,
he didn't win in the first season. I agree. I agree. That was mad. That was mad.
And then eventually he won at Bayern. It's Bayern.
And he did a mad numbers. He's
done mad numbers as well. I'll give Harry Kane these, but he's never won the Prem. And to me, I'm looking at Verts
if he went City,
and man are trying to make arguments for the Bundesliga, but right now I just don't respect that league like that. And cool, you won that, you never won the Prem, mate. Rooney won the Prem multiple times.
Never gonna win the Prem. So he should have moved. Because Tottenham would never have won it, so he should have moved basically.
What, to a Man U? Yeah. Maybe he could have gone to Man City, Man U. You didn't win the Prem. It's as simple as that. You won the Bundesliga, cool. We're Bayern. Alright, mate. Who doesn't? Find me a Bayern Munich player that hasn't won the Bundesliga, bro. There probably isn't one that exists. So there you go. Don't really amount to much, really, does it? The Premier League is the one to win.
It's the one to win, but you're asking a lot for a spot.
And he never won it.
Yeah.
So you were saying you think Rooney is Man U's greatest player as well?
Yeah, I think Rooney's credentials.
Because we debated this recently where I said I think Scholes is Man U's greatest player of all time. Whereas you said you think it's Rooney.
Yeah, because it's that. I think the argument started off me saying, I bet like Manchester people, actual Manny people, still feel a bit uncomfortable with the fact that a Scouser is their greatest player, and then obviously that's when you had the question of, you actually think he's their greatest. But I think top scorer in the club's history, he was a key part of that team we're talking about, that great team. He was there for a long time, top scorer, and that's the thing. So he's top scorer in the history through longevity and all of that. But it's the same thing where you just racked up all your goals for such a long period and outlasted everyone, and that's credit to your consistency.
Yeah.
But you've never been that most outstanding top scorer in any of these seasons when you've won things anyway. Yeah. And that's the point. Sometimes that argument can be a bit funny when someone uses longevity to kind of make their greatness, whereas that one standout season we're looking for, people have had better ones than you. You ain't done what Ronaldo did.
I do get the point, but I think it's so hard to quantify his game with stat goals and stats.
Not goals, but
because to me, those players can't even be those players without Rooney. It's so nuanced. It takes so much. Those players might not be able to be the players they are without his sacrifice and without him doing what he does. So
but I can't think of one season where let's even say MVP season. I can't think of a Rooney MVP. I think his best season was 2010, his best ever, where it was clear MVP, even MVP of the league. Chelsea won it that year. Yeah. When has Rooney had an MVP season and they've won the league? Forget the goals then, if you don't want to do GNA.
Yeah.
When has he been MVP of Man U and they've won it? He hasn't. Yeah, any of their seasons they've won.
Fair enough.
Ronaldo,
that Van Persie one, fair enough.
Yeah, Van Persie by far.
Yeah, fair enough.
The only one I need to go back and look at is a 2011 one, but I still think someone else is better. But then the 3P is all Ronaldo. From there, that's all Ronaldo. Yeah. So Rooney's never been that. Rooney's greatest season is 2010 and Chelsea won the league. So that's my only thing with him. But obviously he's Man U's greatest player due to the longevity of him staying there, everything happening in his time and whatnot. Because Ronaldo, if we're talking their best ever player,
of course,
and the standouts, Ronaldo is by far better. I can see why you can make an argument for Cantona. And then a few other players. But I think over a long period of time, when everything is considered, I'll give Rooney the title of their greatest ever player. But I'm not mad at you're saying Scholes.
Yeah.
And why though?
Same reason, longevity. Obviously, he retired a little bit. I think he came back, won the league again. Just bare longevity, his game. And just being always in the midfield of so many different midfields of different eras. I think it was part of 92, 93.
So if Giggs, so why don't you give it to Giggs then? Giggs had more longevity.
Giggs had more longevity too. But being on the wing, to me, and he was mad pacey at the beginning. But there was a time where clearly Ronaldo was the better wing. Clearly Beckham was a better wing at points, because he was always on the side with, Scholes to me is the immovable centre mid piece that changes the way the whole system, a lot of the system just works around him. With Giggs, you can say Giggs is the true longevity guy, but Beckham arguably was, Giggs on the left, Beckham on the right. People would say Beckham was better. Giggs on the left, Ronaldo. He was mad pacey.
Beckham was the big superstar.
Giggs was mad pacey, but Beckham's passing, he was like Trent. His creativity from that right mid was disgraceful. Whereas and Giggs was mad pacey. I remember he had a lot of pace.
Beckham was more popular. I don't know if I'm gonna say he was the best.
It's a debate.
Yeah,
Ronaldo is not a debate. So I think,
of course,
and it's Ronaldo's Ronaldo though. So that's even with the Rooney thing. He's alien level, bro. So it is what it is with Ronaldo. But when you look at Scholes, whether you put Carrick next to him, whether you put Roy Keane next to him, it don't matter who. Maybe even a Paul Ince. There's something he does, the element that he does to me for Man U, that all of their success, a lot of it is tied in with him. A lot of it. So, to me, I think he's Man U's greatest player. which I don't think which bitters me, innit? Because man want to say he's better than Gerrard, which he's not to me. But
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, people want to say that. It's a debate. I'll acknowledge it's a debate. Obviously, I think Gerrard is better. He had the luxury of playing with much better players, I think, Scholes did. But, yeah, like, I think just he's so important in so many different Man U teams, no matter who is around him. You need to build around him. Like, okay, we have Scholes, then we need a Carrick, or we need a Roy Keane who can sit deep. And then we need but Scholes needs to be there, kind of thing. And it didn't work, I think, when he retired a little bit. So he came back and then they got back to winning. Like,
who's actually the most talented midfield they've even had since? Because do you know what?
Pogba is in there.
Yeah, Pogba, I guess.
Yeah.
But like,
Matic,
because
Pogba maybe, and then
but because
better at thing.
Man U's like
Chelsea.
midfielders is not really their thing.
Yeah.
It feels like Scholes has an easy comparisons to measure up against, where he's just a standout because
like attackers and wingers
is more their thing. Like, whereas if we're using the same debate and we're talking about Fabregas, Fabregas got to come up against Vieira. Fabregas got to come up against. It depends what you're considering, but if you want to just say attacking creative and all that, then you might throw Ozil into the mix. There's a few players like Fabregas competes with as a midfielder, whereas Man U, it just feels like, and I guess it speaks to Scholes' greatness. Like, he was the mainstay that whole time, and no one can move him. But it feels like midfield is just not really a fit. Like Anderson and. Like, they had so many. They've won. Yeah, they've won with so many bums too, man. Like, that just do a job.
Yeah.
But fair play, Scholes. Like, I'm not mad at it.
Alan Smith.
Alan Smith converted from striker.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
yeah. No, I hear that, man. But listen, we've got our last point, final point. Nuno at West Ham, Graham Potter, the next one out of the Deadpool who's been sacked. And yeah, man, obviously Amorim might be next. What we said about the Graham Potter, we said he'll be one of the first.
Yeah.
I thought he'll be the first. He ends up being the second to go. What do you think, man? How's it looking for this guy, bro? Like, England job or, well, no.
Well, yeah, I don't know what he should do next, man. Like, West Ham is not like Man U, but sometimes I do find it a bit tough to judge managers at West Ham because that club's just funny in terms of it's just so roller coasterish. So in regards to like the sacking of Potter, yeah, it was coming, but I do find it hard to judge West Ham managers just because 1 minute they're on a high, next minute they hate their owners.
But Moyes did alright though. Like, he was just right.
He's the only one. He's the only one. Like, he was the only one, and then even he might have got sacked in it, or in the end they turned on him and like, he got him a trophy. So. But, you know, like, I don't think the future's bleak for Potter.
For Nuno? What do you think the future is for Nuno, though? Because, like, Potter, we don't know. Right now, Potter, things ain't looking good. Chelsea, West Ham, like, we don't know with him. But Nuno at West Ham, what do you think?
Big challenge.
Think he can
big challenge.
Turn things around?
Big challenge for him. Like, he's got to, instill a lot of things, and he needs a lot of signings because it's just a poor team.
Yeah, so. He might have got sacked in his last job, but he was successful as far as I'm concerned.
For sure.
And Tottenham didn't really work. He was at Tottenham at one point.
Oh, yeah.
He was decent at Wolves. He was
great at Wolves.
Yeah, so
Wolves is his legacy.
Yeah, Wolves good, Tottenham not so good. This Forest good. Now this one, we'll see. We'll see.
He should keep him up though.
Yeah. That's really his job is to keep him up. And man, we'll see, bro. We'll see. I think he's a good manager. So, and he's used to this Prem. He did very well with Forest, and his first game's tomorrow. So, yeah, man.
Big game because we got him next week too. So I'm gonna be watching.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man. That's it for this week. Yeah, man.
Title race is back on.
The race
Title race is back on. Title race is on. I'm telling you, it's on.
The race is on, and we'll see. We'll catch you next week. Champions League on the week and during the week. There'll probably be a lot to discuss. So yeah, man. That's it for this week, man.
Peace.